Hello, my name is Nicole Fitzenreiter, and today I'll be talking about ACL tears and injury prevention and the disablement model. I'm a doctoral student in the athletic training program at Indiana State University, and I'm also a military athletic trainer, so my presentation today might be a little bit different than anything you've ever seen before. We'll go ahead and we will talk about the risk factors. We have biological, lifestyle, and behavioral, environmental, which is social and physical. So if we look at biological factors, so I might see anyone from ages 18 to 50 years old, and I might see a male or a female. I might see people that have had injuries before, whether they were in high school, if they're 18 years old, or if they have had sustained them throughout their career in the military. I might look at women that have increased Q angles because we know it's more prominent in women. And then depending on the woman's menstrual cycle, these are all important biological factors. And again, these factors are non-modifiable, which means we cannot change someone's age, we can't change their sex, we can't change whether they've injured themselves before, and we definitely can't control when they're on their menstrual cycle. We'll go ahead and look at the environmental factors next. So playing surfaces. So within the military, they might do command physical training, which is called command PT. They might be out on artificial grass or natural grass. In addition, they might be on the ship, or they might be out in training out on on the dirt or in the field, more or less. And then within that, we might look at skill levels. So we might have a recruit who's fresh out of, who might even still be in the recruiting system, or they might be a seaman or a seaman apprentice, which means they just finished as a recruit, and now they're waiting for their rank, or for the for their rate. So whatever their job is going to be. And then I might have somebody that's a chief or an admiral or someone along those lines that's been in for plenty of years and they know the training very specifically. And then again, the dry weather or the surfaces, whether they're on the ship or not. We'll look at the lifestyle factors, so looking at their landing knee valgus, the change of direction in cutting and deceleration, their tibiofemoral kinematics, so the greater tibial slope compared to the femur. And then all of these lifestyle factors are modifiable, which means we can, or when I say we, athletic trainers or healthcare professionals can look at their landing knee valgus or their kinematics and help decrease certain angles depending on, if they are collapsing their knees or changing the direction and cutting and decelerating, and we can look at how we can help them. So now we'll go ahead and look at the disablement model. So we have, this is just an example, we have the pathophysiology, the impairment, functional limitations, disability, and societal limitations. I'm going to go ahead and break that down for the ACL. So the pathophysiology, the cellular level, we have an ACL sprain, either grade 1 through 3. Mostly 3 is going to be that rupture, most common that I see especially, and that will be an ACL rupture, which is grade 3. Then we look at the impairment, the body system. So they're going to have a decrease, decreased strength in their lower leg, and then an increase in lower leg instability. That ACL is not there anymore, so it's going to prevent them when they do go to pivot. They're going to have that lower leg instability. Then we'll look at the functional limitations of the whole person. Their inability to balance, jump, decelerate, go up and down kind of laterals while pivoting, things like that. Jump up and over barriers, fight off. If they're doing any training for defense, they won't be able to do those things. Then we'll look at the disability. So this is the relation to society. So their inability to participate as an active full duty service member. That's really important. In the military, you can either be full duty, limited duty, light duty, but when you sustain an injury, especially like an ACL, you go limited duty, which means you will go away from one command and you go to a different command depending on the circumstance, and I'll go ahead and touch up on that in a little bit. Then we'll again look at the societal limitations. So like I was just previously mentioning, there will be a loss of pay. So if a service member is on what's called sea duty, which means they're out on the ship and they sustain an ACL tear, they will then transfer to a shore command. So they leave their regular command, their brotherhood, their family, anything like that, and they will go to a shore command. There's also a decrease in pay during that time because you are a liability on the ship, so they will put you on a shore command, so a building command. Then you have a decrease in command participation, command physical training, things like that, and then a loss of interest in requirements and family and friends. So a lot of these sailors or active duty service members are mothers or fathers. that have children, and within that they won't be able to do hikes or different things or participate in their kids' sporting events. And then you'll see a loss of service member identity. When you're in the military, there is an identity to be part of the mission, and when you are not active duty, you lose. You're not able to be part of that mission. Then we'll go ahead and look at the health-related quality of life. So health status, the health-related quality of life is a patient-rated outcome that patients fill out. And when they sustain an injury, usually the health status will go down. They'll have increased pain, psychological status. They'll have increased irritability, depression, anger, which might be stemming from their duties as within their family as a father or mother, or it might be their duties within their job, and obviously probably a mixture of both. Then the socioeconomical status, again, they're going to have a decrease in pay because they will not. Now, again, if they were at a short command already, it won't change too much. However, if they were at a C command or a C duty and they have to transfer to a short duty because now they got injured, there will be that decrease in pay. And then educational status. Everyone has their own job-specific duties, so that means they have to go to specific training, but when they are injured, they do not do that. Their main goal is just to get better, which is 100% accurate, but at the same time, they lose that kind of part of the mission identity. And then the last thing we can look at is injury prevention. So I kind of put here career threatening, if not career ending. You can get kicked out of the military if you do not get better within a certain amount of time. So we look at strength, plyometrics, agility, balance, and flexibility. Currently I'm trying to talk to, it's called the CFLs, which are they're the leaders of the physical training, and I really want to start implementing an injury prevention program for all the command personal physical training. And again, it would look at the strength, plyometric, agilities, balance, and flexibility so that we can decrease the likelihood of our active duty service members tearing their ACL. This wraps up my presentation. I hope you learned something, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me. All right, thank you.